What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone. Oh yeah, guys, so I decided to move the botania stuff over here. I got rid of some of our extra magical crops that we had on the other side. Yeah, we had like, what, 7 of these 7x7 of the Fluix seed crop plots going. Yeah, we kind of needed a spot for our botania stuff, and where we had it last episode, where we were just kind of making a few things here and there, that can't be the permanent spot. So I decided to remove some of our extra magical crop areas and just place in a spot here for our botania stuff. So I set up 8 of these endo flames over here, and it was brought to my attention that there's actually the fuel from Project E. This stuff, let's find it. I think it's right here. This fuel right here, you can get it from EMC, and it costs it burns for 102,000. Yeah, 102,400 is the burn time. I can't remember what normal coal is. Just like 120 or something like that. Or 1,600. So this is gonna burn for a very long time. These endo flames are just gonna go and go and go. So it's gonna be pretty awesome. Yeah, I expect we'll fill up this mana pool in no time at all, which is gonna be really awesome. So I'll probably end up setting up the other 3 over here. It just really depends on how much mana we're gonna need. I don't know how much stuff in Botania we need for this mod pack, but yeah, we have to go through a little bit of stuff. We have to make some Terra Steel, so we're definitely gonna want a lot. I don't know if any of the configurations have been changed for Botania in this mod pack, but I do know in Affinity Evolved Expert mode, to make 1 piece of Terra Steel, we needed half a mana pool. So yeah, well, I guess we can click on this quest right here. We want 32 pieces of Terra Steel. Let's take a look. We're not going to be working on Botania, by the way, guys. I'm just looking at this stuff. So the Terra Steel does not have EMC. I don't know if there's a way to get the liquid stuff. Ooh, okay, magical crops. This is how we're going to get our Terra Steel. That makes sense. So Terra Steel seeds, the VCO, Terra Steel ingots. So we need at least 4. We need at least 4 Terra Steel to get the seeds to make. I'm curious if we even have Terra Steel in the system. I don't know if we do. No, we don't have any Terra Steel. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to fill up at least 2 mana pools all the way full. We're going to make 2 things of Terra Steel. We're going to turn those into seeds. And they're probably going to use the imaginary time thing to make a whole lot of it. Anyway, that'll be for the future. Yeah. So what I wanted to work on today, we're going to take a break from Botania for a little bit. Immersive technology. This is one that we kind of dived into a little bit to get to the water mills and things like this. And we realized, we don't really need all this for power. But I was looking, yeah, we got some paths over here, the small big reactor into the turbines. And then somehow this is going to loop around and get us into all of these things. Yes, these turrets and all of this. We've been getting pieces for these, and I've been saying like, those are looking really cool. I've never used that mod. I would like to check that out. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and dive into the small big reactor. This will also help out our power needs. So it says, I recommend using more than 1 power tap on big reactors / turbines. Normally you don't need more than 1. You can just stick a Tesseract on there and the Tesseract will pull out unlimited amounts. I don't know if something is different in this pack or not, but this wants us to make 24 reactor casings, 1 reactor controller, 1 power tap, 2 access ports to put in yellorium or plutonium and pull out the cyanide, and then finally 1 yellorium fuel rod. We're probably going to want more than just 1 though. All right, so let's get started. Reactor casing. So to make reactor casing in this mod pack, we need steel ingots. Oh, uranium. Oh, okay, yellorium works as well. Graphite, steel, yellorium. I think we got everything in the system. We might not have the yellorium actually. Okay, steel. We have electrical steel. Let's make ourselves some steel. Oh, that's probably way too many. Let's just make 10. Okay. So we got some steel cooking up. Graphite. I think we have this on auto craft as well. All right, make 10 of those. What about yellorium? Okay, we can make that as well. Cool. All right, so we got all that cooking up. So how many did we need, just so I know? 24. Okay. Well, we are out of steel. Steel. Let's make more of this stuff then. There we go. All right, so we just need to make 3 times the amount of what we made. We're going to need more graphite too then. All right, well, let me just go ahead and, I don't know, we'll do like 50. Just so we don't have to keep making more and then making more. We'll do the same thing for the steel. We'll make like 50 more of those next. Okay, we should be good. There we go. There's 24 of the reactor casings. Then we need a reactor controller. And to make one of these, we need more yellorium, a diamond, some of the reactor casing we just made, and yep, that should be about all we need. Cool. There's one of those that has EMC. These have EMC too, I just noticed. So let's go and learn these in the system. So if we need to make more, we can make them whenever we want. All right, so the next part of this, we need a reactor power tap. More casing and some redstone. Very, very easy. Oh, redstone. Why don't I have redstone in here? Come here. Give me that. There we go. There's a reactor power tap. I don't know what we're going to use for the fuel, or not the fuel, the cooling of this reactor. I hear these reactors have been turned way up and they make a ridiculous amount of power. We're going to have to figure that out too. Access port. So we need 2 of these guys. So it's a piston and a chest. I don't know if we have pistons. Now let's make 2 of those. We should have chests in here because I made a bunch of chests a while ago. There's that and that one. Okay, so we got 2 of those. Nice. Is that it? No, yellorium fuel rod. All right, so to make one of these things, it requires steel, 2 graphite, 6 steel, and yellorium. That's not so bad. And there we go. And again, that has EMC, so we can make a whole lot of these. Probably, I don't know how big of a thing we need. I don't know. I don't want to go super big. Let's not make a whole bunch of pieces just yet. But we're probably going to do like a 5 by 5 by 5, I think. I think that's how big we want. Oh, we're also, it didn't make us make the thing. The, okay, let's go. There's like the control rod we need for the top. It did not have us make one of these, but we are going to need one of those if we're going to set up a big reactor. So let's get that made. We're going to need a few more of those casings. Let's just grab like a stack. We're probably going to want reactor glass. So that is hardened glass. Plus one of those casings. Let's make, I don't know, 100 of those. We don't really need that many. And one of those. Cool. We'll learn it. Make a stack. Cool. All right, so we got all the bits and pieces I think we are going to need. Actually, yeah, we got the reactor casing. I think we got everything we need. So let's go ahead and set this reactor up. Where are we going to put it? Over here, we're kind of doing smelting and other stuff like that. Oh, I left an ingot in here. What are you? The calandrite? All right. Maybe the big reactor will go over here on this side next to our lasers. This might be a good spot for it, actually. Do we want to do in the exact center? That might make sense. So if that's the exact center, 1, 2, that'll give us like 1 block of space around it. Yeah, this might be good. Oh, I need to put my magnet on before I lose everything. All right, guys, let me go ahead and take a moment here. I'm just gonna, open up a spot, put the reactor in, get things going, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so I got the big reactor set up, and I decided to go with a slightly bigger version than the 5 by 5 by 5. We went with the 7 by 7 by 7. Of course, we got to go bigger. Go bigger, go home. So it's a 5 by 5 by 5 on the inside. But yeah, it's going to be a 7 by 7 by 7 total. So this is the way it's looking like. We got our access ports over here. This one actually needs to be set to outlet mode. Controller in the center and power tap on the side. We have our fuel rods in the center, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall, capped off with a reactor control rod on top. And we got a little 5 fuel rod set up like so. Cool. So now we need to worry about getting coolant in there. I was gonna do cryothium, and I've started making this. We have the gelid cryothium stuff. We can make that out of EMC. Yeah, we can make these things, and I started melting those all down. They're not super expensive, but then I was like, I counted, and it's like, okay, we need over 100 buckets, or maybe exactly 100 to fill that up. We got 64 done, and I was like, you know what? Not really interested in placing all of those, so we'll put that away. So I just got done melting down some ender pearls into resonant ender. I think this is going to be a better solution. All right, so we need bucket. That's what we need. We need a bucket to actually bucket the stuff into the big reactor. Cool. So we will stick this right here. Now we don't need exactly 20 buckets, but I am going to put in 20 buckets just so we don't have side to side flowing resonant ender. Although you can let it flow side to side, and that is perfectly fine in one of these things. I just would rather have it still. That is pretty much the only reason why I'm doing this. All right, so we'll just go ahead and place all of these buckets of the resonant ender in here like so. Let's not misplace any of these, please, because I have exactly enough. At least I think I have exactly enough. I kind of mathed it, but I didn't double check my mathing, so I might be wrong. I think one goes there. There, one here, and finally, one right there. Cool. Yes, I did math correctly. We got them. All right, so the last step of this is we need to put the reactor casing on top. So we'll do that. Whoop, not there. Silly guy. One there. Shift, there, and then I need my builder's wand. We can do that, and that. One of those, and finally, one of these. Cool. Multi-block structure set. I like the reactor like this. It almost looks like a giant tesseract. Almost, not quite though. Well, I didn't mean to end the clip there, but yeah, I right-clicked on the big reactor here, and I was talking, and the game crashed. So I don't know what the deal is. It said something about ticking something or other. I don't know. Maybe if we get fuel in here, it'll be fine, but it seemed like if I right-click on here, it crashes the game. I've loaded it back up. I tried right-clicking on it again to see if that caused it, and it did. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we won't be able to use big reactors at all. We'll see. But yeah, we're going to need fuel for this thing to get it going. Let's grab a stack of plutonium. Stack of this. This is cheaper than the yellorium, and this works just the same. There really is no difference. I haven't tried clicking on any of these other ports other than changing this one to the blue. So hopefully clicking on this isn't going to cause a problem. Oh, you know what? We're going to need a little bit more than one stack. That just slurped it all up. Okay, so let's grab a little bit more blue. I'm curious to see if I can get into the interface when all this stuff is said and done, how much power this thing is going to make. I'm really hoping it won't crash again. Cross your fingers. Turn it on. Okay, well, so far so good. It's not crashed. I think it only crashed when I got off the screen. I don't know. But this is making, oh, snap, 1.3 million RF per tick? Is that what ME? I don't know what ME means. But it looks like 1.4 million RF per tick. That's a lot. That is way more. Wow, they have this thing really cranked up. Something like this, I believe, should only be making around 10 to 20,000 RF per tick. That is a ridiculous amount. So I wonder, hasn't expelled any. Yeah, just 50 millibuckets. All right, well, this is going to run for a while. This is going to provide a lot of power. Let's go grab ourselves a tesseract. That'll significantly increase our power production here. Whoop, over here. Tesseract, one of these. Okay. We'll just stick that right on the power tap, like so. All right, main base power. This is going to be energy mode, send only. All right, I think we're good. Turn it on. So with that said, we won't really need that up there anymore, all of our windmills. I think we're going to be good for a little while. I should grab myself a little bit more of the plutonium and set up like a deep storage unit or something over there so we can automatically pipe that fuel into our big reactor, and we won't have to worry about that. That's definitely something that's on the list of things to do. But now that we got the big reactor all set up, we have our new power source set up. Let's take a look at our quest book. And back to immersive technology. Yeah, small big reactor, which is producing a big amount of power. So we have the crafting task done. The detection task is done. I didn't mean to do this, but we did it. So 32 yellorium or uranium in our inventory made this work. So let us do the center reward bag for today. Create a reward bag, and it's a crap reward. Yeah, we've seen this one a few times now. We don't really care to have that on me because that is gross. We don't need any more of that or that either. So the next quest looked like it wanted us to do turbines. No, poison reprocessing. So the cyanide reprocessor. So water plus 2 cyanide ingots equals plutonium. Yeah, and the plutonium is what we're putting into our big reactor. It produces the same amount of fuel, the same amount of power as yellorium. There really is no difference other than yellorium is used in certain recipes. All right, so cyanide reprocessor. This is what we want to make. So this is a yellorium fuel rod, steel, some reactor casing. All right, let's grab the reactor casing. 1, 2. Nope, I guess we're going to pull out stacks and stacks. That's fine. Yellorium fuel rod. One of those. And pistons and redstone. We got that. So let's make 2 pistons. Or 10, actually. Guess it won't hurt to have some extras in there. And do we have enough steel? I think we have everything. There we go. There's a cyanide reprocessor. We probably won't be using that. But what you can do with these things, this is kind of cool. You set this down, you pipe in water, and then you can put in the cyanide that gets expelled from the big reactor as it uses up the fuel. 2 pieces of that plus some water. I think you have to have this thing powered too, but that'll turn the cyanide back into plutonium. Yeah, and you can put that back into your reactor. So yellorium goes in, you get cyanide out as it gets spent, and then 2 of the cyanide equals 1 plutonium. You can put the plutonium back in, and yeah, you get a lot of use out of your fuel that way. But since we can make it out of EMC, it's not really that important for us to do this. So we're probably not going to be using that. But anyway, center reward bag day. Let's do this one. Boop. Unique reward. Oh, cool. So that's going to give us the railgun and the ferromagnetic slug. I think we got that before, didn't we? I think we did. Open modular turrets. Yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure we had that reward before. We're going to be getting closer and closer to those over here. I'm kind of interested in seeing how these things work. If there's any purpose for them, I don't really know, but we're going to find out. So turbine is the next step, and they want us to make turbine housing, turbine glass, turbine rotor bearing, rotor shaft, rotor blade, power port, fluid port, and controller. Now, one of the things I remember about these in the past is that they require plutonium, so you had to have a reactor set up, and you had to have used fuel, and you had to reprocess it, and then you get the plutonium. All right, let's look. See what the recipes look like. So turbine housing, or maybe it was cyanide, not the plutonium. Okay, maybe it was just cyanide. So that is steel, some graphite, nether quartz, and cyanide, which I don't think we have yet. No, we have not received any cyanide yet. So our big reactor has to continue processing. We might have an ingot in here. We have 3. Perfect. Okay, so we'll grab those. We will grab those, and now we have learned it. Cool. All right, so that is done. So the turbine housing requires steel, graphite, and nether quartz. Do we have all the stuff in here? We do. Turbine housing, get. All right, so those, again, we can learn them. And I think it said we needed 32 of these. Wait, reactor casing, I don't want those on me anymore. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. A shift clicking the one in the center is like, why is that not there? Oh, it's a crafting task. We have to actually craft these. Well, okay, let's look at some of these other bits and pieces and see if there's anything funky in here. So the turbine controller requires a diamond, some plutonium. That's not so bad. The fluid port, that looks pretty easy. That's easy. Rotor bearing, got some diamonds. The rotor shafts requires steel and cyanide. That's not so bad. The blades are steel plus cyanide. That might be about it. And the turbine glass, so turbine housing plus infused or hardened glass. Cool. So let me go and get some crafting done. Yeah, the crafting tasks take a minute. We can't just, you know, pull out a whole bunch of stuff from the transmutation table. I'm actually going to have to craft these. Let me go and do that, guys, and we'll be right back. All right, well, that was a lot of crafting, and I got that done. So all of our different things are met here. So that's going to give us a full heart, a chance cube, send a reward bag. Now, I would set up the turbines, but as we saw, this big reactor over here is making over 1 million RF per tick. So probably what we're going to do is if we need to upgrade our power further, I can't see why we would ever need to, but if we need to upgrade our power further, yeah, we might look at doing the turbines. For right now, I really think that's going to be overkill. So we'll go and eat that. Let's do our legendary reward bag. And that's going to give us a redstone engine and a filler, both of which we've gotten many times before. And I think they both are EMCable. So we'll just put those away. And our chance cube. Okay, cool. So now that unlocks disposable. Can't put anything inside this to shoot. Oh, disposable item turret. Let's see what this is. All right, so this requires some stuff. A barrel, a tier 1. Oh, that's just cobblestone, wood, and cobblestone. That seems pretty easy. Let's go and make one of these. So there's that guy. And we need a chamber tier 1, which is basically the same thing, just with a piece of redstone. All right, there's that. And that's pretty much it. Just some more redstone, some cobblestone. Let's learn these pieces. There we go. And right there we go. There's a disposable item turret. This does have EMC, I'm noticing. Oh, maybe we've already learned that previously. Maybe we got one of these before. So how does this work? I can't click it on the ground. I assume this has to go on top of something. Does it say anything here? Poor man's sleeping aid. It doesn't say anything about this. Does the quest say anything? Can put anything inside this to shoot? No. Okay, what mod is this from? Let's start learning about this. This is open modular turrets. Is there a book for this mod? I don't see a book. All right, what do we have here? We have turret bases. Okay, so this is probably what we need. A sensor. Okay, so that's redstone and a plank. We'll make one of these. Yeah, I've never used this before. Can you guys tell? So I'm just kind of trying to figure it out as we go here. Some more planks and some more cobblestone. There's this thing, and we will learn it. Cool, that's done. So do we just place the base down and then put the turret on top of the base, I assume? Ah, yeah, shift right click on it. Okay. So if I right click on the base, we can see there's ammo. We can see there's a Y level. It does require power, apparently. Let's give it some power. Okay, there's that. Energy mode receive only. Done. Full of power. Well, that's kind of a cool little power bar. It's kind of like wiggling and stuff. All right, so disposable item turret. Let's just throw something of no value in there, like a stack of cobblestone. Oh, I guess you gotta do it with an empty hand. Or was it? Yeah, you gotta do empty hand, just right click. All right, so we'll put that in there. Drop turret, drop base, configure, attack mobs, yes. Attack neutrals, yes. Attack players, yes. No, I guess it doesn't see me as a player. Or maybe it only attacks other players. Huh. So what we need is a test subject. Let's make a safari net or 3. And I'm going to go grab some animals. And we're going to have some fun, see what we can do with this turret. All right, so our turret's set up. It has power. It has items in there. The only thing it needs is something in front of it. So how does this thing work? Does it track? Is that too far away? Do we need a redstone signal? Maybe that's just too far away. Let's try putting it closer. Maybe it needs to be up another block. Let's try placing it upwards. Let me grab a piece of cobblestone or something to set a sheep on. There's that. Nice turret. Okay, so the only other thing I can think of is to give it a redstone signal. Let's make a redstone torch. I guess since I'm done, I should have just made a lever, but we're doing it this way. There's that torch. Oh, that turns off this. Let's unconfigure that. Ignored. Okay. So if we put the sheep here, nothing. Put the sheep here, nothing. Maybe this thing just doesn't attack like passive mobs. Maybe it's literal neutrals like pigmen. Okay. So the next step is I'm gonna make some more safari nets. We're gonna go get ourselves some pigmen. All right, for our next test, let's place down a pigman. Oh. Oh, it's shooting. What the heck? My magnet is picking these things up. There we go. That's silly. Is that doing any... Oh, it is doing damage. I was like, is that even doing damage to the pigman? So it looks like that's doing about a heart of damage. The pigman's not getting angry either, which is kind of interesting. That's awesome. So I wonder why, when I had my magnet on, it was doing damage, and then my magnet was picking these pieces of cobblestone back up. I don't know. Another piece of cobblestone around here. That might be a glitch that was shooting the entity through the air, and then my magnet was picking it back up and sticking in my inventory. Well, that's pretty cool. I've never seen these turrets before. I like them. I like them. Yeah, it's too bad this mod doesn't seem to have a book in it, or maybe it does and I just missed it. I don't know. But yeah, these turrets are pretty cool. Whoops, I guess just barely left clicking them wrecks the thing. Wow. That was actually... Hold on a second. Let's make another one of those, because I literally just barely touched that thing and it broke. Is that how these things are made? Yeah. Just a single left click breaks it. You don't get the block back. Huh. Well, maybe that's the way that's supposed to be made too. I mean, it's just cobblestone and wood, right? So not a very durable material. I don't know. But we did go ahead and complete the quest. Let's claim our rewards. We'll do the center reward bag like we do. And it's a basic one. Okay, so we got just the BC pipes. We've gotten this reward a few times. Some of these are EMC, some of them are not. Cool, we'll just put like all the stuff away out of my inventory, clean it up a minute. And there's those. Cool. All right, guys. Well, you know, I think we're going to go and wrap the episode up here for today. Yeah, we got a few more turrets to try out. I'm kind of interested in seeing what these other ones can do. Maybe this one right here would just one-shot pretty much anything. A railgun turret. Maybe that will one-shot a wither boss. I really don't know, but it seems pretty cool. Seems pretty interesting. Something I'd like to check out. But yeah, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.